Most people spend their lives chasing high growth stocks, which is not bad, but they're completely ignoring the single most powerful tax-free tool in the UK. This year, I've decided to boost my investments for retirement, and while it's great to use your ISA, imagine if you could get a free 20 to 40% bonus on your investments right away before the markets have even started moving. In today's video, I'm showing you exactly how I'm setting up my own SIPP or self-invested personal pension using the InvestEngine platform. I'm going to take you through the entire process screen by screen, from clicking a link to making my first £100 investment live and in real time. I'll show you why a SIPP is a game changer for your retirement, break down the free money government top-ups, and reveal the specific all-world ETF I'm using to anchor this portfolio for the long term. So, let's get started. Now, before we jump in, just a reminder that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my own personal journey, and any investments I talk about are not recommendations. Remember that your investments can go up as well as down, and it's always important to do your own research for your own specific circumstances before making decisions. So, what is a SIPP? Very simply, it's a wrapper that allows you to choose your own investments for retirement rather than being stuck with whatever a standard pension provider gives you. The massive perk, though, is the tax relief. If you're a basic rate taxpayer and you put in £100, the government adds £25 for you, so that's an instant 25% top-up. But if you're a higher rate taxpayer, you can claim back even more and up to 45%. Now, if you have a workplace pension, it's a good idea to max that out first. But if you don't, or you want more freedom to choose your investments or more flexibility about how much you invest, this is a great option. For this video and my own SIPP, I've chosen InvestEngine because they are famously low cost. They don't charge any platform fees for DIY portfolios, which is massive when you're looking at 20 or 30-year returns. So, let's start, and I'll give you more info along the way, and I'll show you the single ETF that I'm using to invest for my retirement. Now, I'm starting off the way most people do, by using a creator's affiliate link. We do have our link in the description, which means if you click it and use it to sign up and deposit £100 or more, we will both get a randomly selected investment bonus of between £20 and £100. It just makes sense. If I'm signing up anyway, I might as well get some more free money. So you can click ours in the description if you want to get an extra bonus as well. That then takes me to their website with a bunch of info that you can read, and from there we'll click Get Started and I'll select individual, but you can use it for business as well. Now, the sign-up process is quite simple and straightforward, and we won't spend too much time here. But it's most of the basics. You put in your email, must be 18 plus and a UK resident. Then choose a password and agree to the policy. You're now into the platform, but we're not done yet. First, I'll verify my email address, which is exactly the process you would expect. Then we go to finish the registration, so we'll fill in our personal information, gender, names, birthday, phone number, then your address and time at address for the last 3 years. Obviously, my personal details are blurred. Then put in your citizenship, country of residence, and NI number. And now we put in bank account details, followed by your source of wealth, which for many would be a salary, and employment status. Then tick the box to confirm the information and continue, and it may ask you to set up a two-factor authentication for security. And the next screen will give you the options to download the app from the Apple Store or Google Play, and you can simply download the app from there and use your login details to log in and save your recovery phrase. Cool, so that's everything for the sign up. Now, I did this on the weekend, so I had to wait until Monday for them to do the approval. So I went out to the beach on a nice sunny day to wait it out. I'm just kidding, it's winter here. Okay, so the account has successfully been set up and it's ready to fund. So now we get to the interesting and fun part. Now again, I used InvestEngine because of its low fees. There are only a few major platforms that have SIPP options, and most of them have some sort of ongoing monthly or yearly fee, or they take a percentage of your investments. Now, if you're starting small or holding this for decades, those fees make a huge difference. I did a lot of comparisons, and this definitely came out on top because you don't get charged any fees on a DIY account. They make their money from interest on uninvested funds, a fee on managed portfolios, and partnerships with the ETF providers. But keep in mind, they only offer ETFs on this platform. But for me and for my SIPP, that's exactly what I want. So let's go into the platform and we'll start funding the account. So I'm clicking on cash and then add cash. Now there are a couple of ways to add funds, but I'm using the instant transfer because it's instant and free. Now I'm putting in £100 because that's the minimum amount they state is needed to open a SIPP. And also, to get my bonus from the link I used and your bonus as well, you'll need to deposit £100 or more. So it makes sense to do £100 for me. So you can see the £100 reflects right away, and I go down a bit and click on Open a Self-Invested Personal Pension. Now be sure to read through this information as you do the process. We'll keep it quicker for the video, but the important parts are that you should speak to a financial advisor if you're not sure of anything, and that you will usually need to be at least 55 before you can access this money, which is rising to 57 by 2028. At this stage, it's just funding the overall account and not your SIPP. So I'll show you how you can use that £100 to get your 25% top up as well. I'm then reading through and confirming everything with the tick boxes. Then it asks whether to do it yourself or managed for you. Now you can select either one. For me, I'm just going to be selecting one ETF, which I'll show you in a bit. And remember that the do-it-yourself is free and there is a 0.25% fee on managed. So I'll select do-it-yourself. Then it takes you to a screen to browse your investment options. Now I'll go into more detail on how to use the platform in another video, but you have literally hundreds of ETFs to choose from. So for me, I'm going to be investing my pension plan into the Invesco FTSE All World, or FWRG ticker symbol. Over the long term, I want to make sure I'm diversified across different regions of the planet, different industries, and investing in the top companies throughout the whole world. I typically invest for the long term, but especially because it's a pension and in the future we don't know what will happen to countries and industries in the next decades. So this ETF keeps its holdings up to date with the top companies and removes the companies that fall out of its top spots. And often the more diversified you have an ETF, it can lower the risk. On top of that, the Invesco version of this all-world ETF has one of the lowest fees at 0.15% total expense ratio. InvestEngine doesn't charge fees on this, but the ETF providers typically all do. Now, this is not a recommendation as each person's financial situation and risk will be different, so don't take it as a suggestion. I'm just explaining the reason why I personally selected this one. So first, I'm adding the £100 funds to my SIPP account. Now remember that once you've added the funds to your SIPP, it's typically there until 57 years old. But it also means that you then qualify to receive your 20% basic rate relief from HMRC on the total amount, which is 25% of the deposited amount. A bit confusing, but for every £100 you get another £25 basic rate. Now, if you are a higher tax rate earner, you can claim additional amounts back in your tax return. So on an additional rate, you can claim back up to 45% of the money you deposit. InvestEngine also has a partnership with the Pi tax app to make that process easier. But for right now, I'm moving in the £100 and within 6 to 11 weeks, my extra £25 will arrive in the account. And that is really the power of a SIPP. To get a 25% return, which could take years in the market, and to be able to reinvest that bonus for compound growth really is a huge benefit. Then if you add in the sign-up bonus from the link, it's a really mind-blowing return for £100, and of course we can add more over time. Right, so next up, let's do some investing. I've added the funds to the SIPP and I select Invest. It takes me to the Buy section and I put in £100 from the cash account. It gives me a breakdown of what I'm buying and for how much, and I click Confirm. And that's it. The order is submitted successfully. Now, I did this at 11 at night, so it will only execute the order when the market's open, so let's skip to the next morning. And there you go, the trades have been carried out and I can go into my app and see my investment in the Invesco FTSE All World ETF, and so far it's had a small movement down of 0.07%, but hopefully over time we see some growth. Now, the £25 bonus will arrive in 6 to 11 weeks, and if you subscribe to the channel, I'll show you when that comes in and show you how this portfolio performs over the years as I keep adding to it. But guys, that is it for today's video, showing you how to open and invest into a SIPP. I hope you enjoyed and found it helpful, and please subscribe for more finance videos like this, showing you how to work with your money. If a SIPP or InvestEngine as a platform is something you want to use, you can click the link in the description to get the referral bonus. And I will see you guys next time, as always, on Casual Cash. Cheers.